Hello everyone, it's H here, and today's video is going to be all about ARBITRUM or ARB, and this is the futures chart on Binance. And again, the history basically starts here at 23rd of March. I checked CoinMarketCap as well, and it showed me this date as well, so I think this is all the data that we actually have. So today again, this analysis is going to be based on Elliott wave theory, so if you're not too familiar with that, I suggest highly to take a look into that. But let's take a look at the chart and see how we should be labeling this. So first of all, of course, we're going to be recognizing the low points and high points of the chart to give us a starting point for the structures that we are going to be analyzing. And obviously this low here around 3rd, or let's see, 4th of April actually, is the lowest point on the chart here on futures, and the highest point here around 18th of April. Between these 2 points we have a very clear structure, which is kind of surprising to me. But again, let's take a look at how we would be labeling that. If we are just looking at this and looking to place a extension targets here for potential wave 3, we can be seeing that we are hitting around the 2.618 here on log scale. Arithmetic scale, we are just going to go beyond it just slightly, which is again very bullish area or idea in my opinion. So again, what this means that we had this extension to the upside generally means that this is very much of a bullish count. This is something that I would consider to be very easily distinguished as a impulse move to the upside. So let's take a look at how we would be labeling this. I think wave 2 is decently labeled here, and then we can be taking another look here how we'd be looking to label the rest of the structures here. To me, this looks pretty decent as a 5-way structure here. We have a slight divergence at the end, indicating that we could have this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of a smaller degree, basically the wave 1 and 2 of the 3rd wave of this sub-minute count. So this again would be a micro count. Based on that, again, if we are looking at RSI, we can be seeing that we have a highest point in here, which generally means that this is a 3rd of 3rd, so a 3rd of 3rd. But just to make sure that all the analysis here up to this point lines up as well, we could be looking for this as a potential 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Extension here on 5th is fine at this point. We don't have a real good divergence here on 1 hour. Let's see if we have anything here on 15 minutes, and we do. That divergence is visible here. So this would be a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and divergence would be confirming our buys on this. So let's label that in. So that would be wave 3. Wave 4 is to be expected to come down between the 23.6 and the 38.2. 38.2 is the most common. The previous support of a previous wave 4 would be at the 0.5, so that again is kind of far away. And with this kind of bullish markets, as we extended quite far up in the 3rd wave, it is not really expected us to come back down to the 50%. So again, this kind of 3-way structure like here is very suitable for this. And this fits again the 5th wave very well up in here. And then again, that would be ending the 3rd wave where we would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in here. 4th wave can be labeled in a couple of different ways. I'm pretty sure we can be labeling this as a triangle here, as a potential A, B, C, D, E. Kind of weird structure over here. Not the best, but I think we don't need to be over analyzing this at this point. After which again, we're going to be having some kind of impulse wave. Of course, we could be ending it here as well. Doesn't really matter which or either of those really work decently well. Then we have again impulse wave upwards from the lows, and then have another move up, and with the divergence here visible, we're going to be getting that 5th wave. And again, at that point, this whole thing is to be finished, and now we would be looking for a correction for this. Now, the issue with ARB is that we don't know what this 5 waves structure is a part of, at least as of yet. Now, what can we actually see on this chart that it could be part of? Well, it could be a start of something. For example, wave A, looking for wave B and wave C. And this would be the more conservative idea. Of course, the more bullish idea would be that this would be a 1, 2, 3. But we don't need to be worrying about that until we clear some of the major and main targets for the wave C and see how that lines up with the counts, basically. How the wave structure up to these highs are going to be forming, and up to that point again, it is more proper and more reliable to just think this as a C wave instead. So 1 to 1 is again going to be the target. Now, if this was going to be a B wave, we would be expecting it to come back down to the golden pocket around $1.37, and for that to happen, I think we would need some kind of good structure to be formed. At this point, we don't really have a good structure here. To me, this looks very much like a dump to the downside, in which we could be having some kind of, even an impulse wave count here, where this would be some kind of wave 4 of some sort, and then this would be maybe the 5th wave ending. And now we'd be looking for a correction here to create this leg of partner downwards. At this moment, if we are just looking at the volume profile, we can see that the point of control is down here at $1.19. So again, that would be a very low retracement for the possible wave 2, around 90%. So again, that is definitely one of the targets for this move. Of course, it all depends on this move here and whether this is going to be coming up, and if it is, how high is it going to come up. So at this moment, again, if we are thinking that this is a forward move, we could be looking for at least the 38.2 to come back to, so around $1.56, after which we could be looking for downwards again. The B wave again is a target where we are looking for at least the that three-way structure that I was talking about, and after which again we are looking for that 5th wave upwards. But this structure here again is the bullish expectation. Let me show you the more bearish counts that I can see here. So this is the bull count. Actually, let's get our ABC onto the bull count as well. Get rid of that. And this is what we can see here. A, B, C. Generally, what we want to be seeing is a divergence between the origin of A and then of wave B. And here we don't have it. So that speaks against this count. Also, it could be that this structure here is part of a invisible structure that we just don't know or don't have data for it. And it could be just this. Or it could be basically this, 3, 4 and 5, and now we are dumping down. Of course, we are on the negative side here, but we can be imagining that same scenario on log scale. So be conservative. This is the low to hold. This is the low to go long against. Again, it is kind of far away still at this point, 22%. But if we break this, we have nothing to go against. I would like this to become the start of something and not an end of something where we have this as the C wave. Because if this is a C wave, which means a three-way structure, it is a counter trend move. It is correcting something previous to it. Again, we don't know whether the structure started from here or was the trend downwards. In which case, again, this was a counter trend move and we are just creating a structure downwards with more momentum coming down. So keep that in mind. This is all we know for now. If we want to be looking for more shorts, again, we would be looking for that bull count, in my opinion. Again, it is more of a bull count in the higher time frame, so keep that in mind. But this 38 to $1.56 is something that I would be expecting. Of course, the structures here are horrible. We can't really tell anything about it. We could be looking for something like this, creating a extension here. Or even if we take out this low here, we could be creating an extension or expanded flat, sorry, here, something like that. But if we are taking out these lows, it is getting less probable, because again, we generally don't extend beyond the 1.618 here for that C wave. It's not too uncommon, but again, it's less probable. So think of the probabilities when you're trying to play this. In my opinion, we might just want to be waiting for this to play out to the downside, and around here, these areas where we had a lot more volume coming in, we could be looking for those long opportunities against these lows. We're going to be talking about that for sure on the Discord, so that is something to keep in mind. But I think that is pretty much going to be this video for Arbitrum. Again, if you made it this far into the video, I would appreciate the likes and comments on this video. Check out the Discord, check out what we can offer on the links below. Thanks for watching, and see you on the next video. Bye bye.